Hey you guys, welcome back to Zindy. So today we're going to kind of do a redo of one of our old videos, okay? And it's basically the different types of vinyl. There's so many questions about that, especially for newbies getting into the industry of what kind of vinyl do I need for my project. And hopefully today we can answer a lot of those questions, okay? So there are two main types of vinyl, all right? So you have HTV, which stands for heat transfer vinyl, okay? HTV is for shirts, fabrics, that sort of thing, and it's applied with heat, okay? So heat transfer vinyl, HTV. All right, so that's one option. The other option is adhesive vinyl, okay? Or sometimes you might see it called PSV, which is pressure sensitive vinyl. That means it can just be applied with pressure. You don't need any heat or anything like that. This is more for hard surfaces, window decals, cars, all of that kind of thing, okay? So if you want to make shirts or bags or anything in the fabric realm, you are gonna be a big user of HTV, heat transfer vinyl. If you want to make tumbler cups or keychains or badge rails, car decals, computer decals, that kind of thing, you are going to be working mainly with adhesive vinyl, okay? Now, within each of these categories, there's tons of options within it, okay? So first thing you need to do whenever you're searching for the vinyl that you need, you just need to make sure it's either adhesive or HTV, and then you know you're actually in the right realm for what you're doing. Okay, so let's pretend we want to make a shirt. All right, so we need HTV. All right, there's a bunch of different options. There's printed HTV. There's solid color HTV, there's like fluorescence, glitters, holographic, metallic, pretty much anything you could think of is available, okay? All of these are available on the Zindy website if you're looking for HTV. Now, the thing to know about heat transfer vinyl is the time and temperature that you will press. It doesn't matter what you're pressing, it's the actual vinyl will determine your time and temperature. So different materials will need different times and temperatures. So whenever you buy your vinyl, just check on the directions or the manufacturer of what particular time and temperature that HTV needs. Normally you would use a heat press, but you can also use an easy press or an iron even for some things. You just have to make sure that you're putting enough body weight into it that you're getting a good adhesion onto your garment, okay? Now, one thing to be aware of for HTV, 90% of the time, HTV will come with a transfer mask already on it. So this shiny side is actually transfer mask. If you're familiar with adhesive vinyl, it works just like transfer tape for adhesive vinyl, but it's already on it, okay? Now, being that the transfer mask is already on it, that means for HTV, you have to cut it on this side and you need to mirror your image. So you'll cut it backwards so that whenever you turn it over, it looks correct, okay? So if I wanted to write my name, for instance, I would type it up in my software and then mirror it, and then I would cut it on this side, and then once I weed out the extra, when I turn it around, it'll be correct, okay? Almost all HTV that you will mirror your image, almost all of it. The only ones that you won't mirror your image for HTV is something like a printed HTV, okay? The reason why is because there's no transfer mask on this. The transfer mask comes separate, and the print side is this side, so you want to cut it just like adhesive vinyl, just normal. Type your name in your software or whatever you're cutting, and do not mirror it. Then you'll weed out your extra, and then you'll use the transfer mask to lift that and apply it to your garment, okay? So, hope that helps and answers some questions about HTV. A lot of times people ask, can you apply it to other things? Sometimes it works. It depends on your project. Like sometimes people apply HTV to wood, but it depends on the wood. It depends on if it'll work. It depends on if you're gonna be sealing it. But in general, you wanna stick to fabrics for this to really get the best outcome. HTV works best on fabrics, okay? And also, the brand of HTV you use really does matter. There's all kinds of brands, there's all kinds of quality. And if you really want your shirts and your garments to last, you need a good quality HTV. We sell Caesar at Zindy, and it is an amazing, amazing brand. It can last forever. I have shirts that are several years old that have been done with Caesar HTV. So as long as you get a good press, you are golden. And just a little hint to know if you have a good press with HTV. You can press your shirt and then look at your vinyl close. If you can see the shapes of your fibers of your shirt or your garment, whatever you're pressing, that is a good press. If it still looks smooth or just slightly bumpy, that's not enough pressure, or it might not be enough heat. So you need to double check your settings and then press it again. Make sure you have enough pressure. That will make or break it, okay? Now, don't press adhesive vinyl onto fabrics. That won't work. All right, so now let's go to adhesive vinyl. Adhesive vinyl has a ton of options within the adhesive vinyl realm, also known as PSV, pressure sensitive vinyl. If you're looking for amazing solid color vinyls, Oracle 651 is awesome, okay? One of the great things about Oracle 651 is it is the same color on both sides. So if you're using it on something clear, both sides will be solid color. So this pink is all the way through. This silver is all the way through. So Oracle 651 is what we sell on the Zindy website, and it is phenomenal vinyl. If you find yourself cutting adhesive vinyl and it is just tearing or breaking up, just not working, it could be two things. You got crappy vinyl or it's old, okay? The other thing it could be is your cut settings, okay? So cut settings are super important. If you find it's getting eaten up or anything like that, you really need to take the time, and it can take a long time sometimes to get your cut settings proper. A new blade will do wonders 90% of the time, okay? So within adhesive vinyl, the two big things that you'll see is permanent adhesive vinyl and removable adhesive vinyl. The permanent one is more popular, going to see that more often, but there is removable adhesive vinyl too. Removable adhesive vinyl is usually more for walls. If you want to put on your wall and then you want to remove it later, you can remove it without pulling your wall off with it. As far as like vehicles and stuff, like car windows, you can remove the permanent or the removable, but the permanent will last longer outdoors, okay? It's waterproof, weather resistant, all of that stuff, okay? So within the adhesive, you got metallics, you got solids, you got super metallics like mirror, glitter, textured glitter, and then you have, of course, printed, tons of printed in both clear, glitter, and white. And then more printed, holographic. This is super popular. So you have a lot of options in the adhesive as well as the HTV. But, so the adhesive, if you want to make, for instance, tumbler cups, you want to use adhesive vinyl, permanent adhesive vinyl. If you're going to cover it with epoxy, you can actually use removable adhesive vinyl too. It's not going anywhere. The removable will actually stay a really long time. It's just simply easier to remove, okay? So I hope that helps you guys and answers any questions, makes shopping a little bit easier or makes your project a little easier. But if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'll be watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.